Good day, guys. Richard here, just dropping by just to give you a quick update on all the great things that are happening within Ultimate Cycler. If you haven't heard of Ultimate Cycling, you obviously have to be living under a rock, alright, because things are really heating up. Lives are being transformed, lives are being blessed, alright. A lot of persons are making money. So you just need to determine within yourself where you would like to be. If you would like to be one of my at least someone on my third or fourth cycle, one of the first 6, so you can benefit from my spillovers. I'm not saying get in for spillovers, but I'm just saying that it exists within this program. The great news what I like to bring about this program as well is that it's instant payments. Instant payments. As soon as a member enrolls, they make their payment for their particular package, you are instantly paid. I know I definitely have your attention there. I would also like to ask you to stay and look at the entire video of how the system works and in terms of compensation plans and that of the so many things that you could get to know that could be to a benefit to you, especially financially, as we move into 2017. All right, don't look backwards, forget whatever happened in the past. Things didn't really work out the way that you planned, but a new dawn is here, all right, and you need to not to allow yourself to miss opportunities by constantly living in the past. Press forward. All right, so as I said, look at the video. After you look at the video, stay straight to the end. I'm going to come back and give you instructions on how to get started into this program. Blessings. See you on the next side.
Hey, thank you very much for watching this video, and this is a video on the compensation structure for the Ultimate Cycler program. And if you just follow my mouse around, I'm going to be showing you how the system works and the essentials of really the mechanics of how a cycling system works. All right, first thing I want to mention is that we have products. We have all digital products, and each one of the positions on here are from the purchase of a product. Okay, what we do is we have credits that people purchase, and 1 credit equals $1. So on a $25 matrix, or business center as we call it, when someone purchases a $25 position, they get 25 credits, which accumulates in the back office of the person, and they can use those credits to purchase videos, audios, and digital materials in our library, and thus they can use them at any time they would like. So on a $50 business center, they would get 50 and 100 and so on up the line. Okay, and also every time they cycle into a new business center, they would also accrue more. All right, so let's explain a little bit more how that works. This is the basic structure right here, and this is only showing 25, 50, and 100, but we also have 200, 400, 800, and a $1,600 business center. They're very easy to remember in that they're all incremental of each other, so they all double as they go up in dollar value. All right, now in your back office, you'll be able to hover over any one of these and be able to see what product levels people are on and if they're active or not. Okay, this is called a 6-person business center. Now, in the 2x2 system, the first 2 means that anyone has the ability to have only 2 positions directly below them. This would be number 1, this would be number 2. And those people are able to have 2 people below them down for 2 product levels. So 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6. These 2 people would be the 1 and 2 person for this person, and these 2 people would be the 1 and 2 people for this person. But essentially, you are the master distributor, if you will, of this 6-person team. And for assisting these 2 people and helping them, you in turn are going to get rewarded for that. And anytime someone lands on these 4 positions, you get paid immediately. You do not have to wait for this to fill in order to be paid. As soon as someone lands on the number 3, 4, 5, or 6 spots, you're going to get paid $25 in this case. And this is an example of, say, the $25 entry position that we have. So people have 2 things. They'll have a member ID number and also a position number, which would identify them, which would be what position they're in the 6-person business center. Okay, just rule of thumb is that everyone pays 2 positions up. So anyone on this bottom row here of 4 people would pay 2 levels up. The people in 1 and 2 over here are going to pay 2 levels up, which would be the person above. Okay, that's the basic mechanics of our system. So let me show you some more advanced concepts as we do this. And we're talking here about upgrading. What I mean by upgrading is that we do have higher business centers. So as you see over here, this is the 25, but again, I mentioned we go to the 50, 100, 200, 400, and 800. You do not have to wait until you fill up your business center to upgrade. Okay, you can do that at any time. As soon as you come in, as long as you're paid, you can upgrade to the next product level. So that's to your benefit to do that. It's called positioning, in that you want to get to the higher product levels as soon as possible and thus position yourself there. But what I wanted to say also is you do this on your own choice. We're not forcing you to do that. Don't have anyone force you to do that. You want to do that when you're ready to go up to the higher business centers. But also you want to be a leader and you want to teach your people to duplicate what you're doing. And thus, if you do that, then a large percentage of your people will upgrade as well too. So let's go here and we'll show you the basic mechanics on how this flows. You could come into the $25 business center, and there is no administration fee to do that, 0 whatsoever. It's just $25 to join. You grab a position, then there's numbers 1 and 2 underneath you. This is a sponsorship work program. This is not a passive system, meaning that we don't want people to sign up in the system that are going to sit there and just wait for other people to do the work. Okay, that's not how we do business. That's not how we teach people to do business, and we don't want people to do that as well too. We'd like you to come in and with the perception that you're going to do the business, because it's really not that hard to break even in the program. So if you see yourself here, if you bring in one person and that person brings in one person, they would land on spot number 3. Number 3 would pay you $25, and you've broken even with just 2 sales. So anyone should be able to do that on a $25 entry, because it's not a lot of money to be able to do that. Okay, you find one, they find one, you break even. Now, there's a few different ways that you can fill up a 6-person business center. You can go to town and you can sponsor all 6 people. It means you give out your referral link, they sign up, and the first 2 spots are filled, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6 are filled. You get paid $100, so 25 each times 4 is $100, and you in turn are going to fill it up yourself. The second way is that you can have a combination of you doing it, but also you teach these other 2 people to do the same, and they in turn can bring in 2 people themselves, and thus you've worked in a team concept. You brought in 2, they brought in 2, you in turn have filled up the business center. The other way you can do this is, let's say you signed one person into the business, they have purchased the products, and you didn't bring anybody else in. Well, this person here can bring in 2 people, and then the people either here can bring in 2 people, or this person can bring in all 6. And if you can imagine positions directly below here, if that person cycles, we have a re-entry system, which you can see right here. Once you fill up your business center, okay, either by any one of those different combinations, you are going to cycle, and your system has to put you into a new business center and roll you upward underneath your sponsor. Okay, it's always a follow your sponsor system. So because your matrix here, your business center, does not have any other positions to put anyone, so you have to cycle out of this system in this business center. You roll up into and underneath. Now this is showing laterally, but really you're going upward, and you grab a position underneath your sponsor in the first available position that they have available, and you would grab one of the spots in their 6-person business center. Now, going back to what I said before, if this person over here would do this, they're going to come back underneath you and grab spot number 2, and then thus they can fill up this one as well. So in effect, you filled up your business center with only one person. Okay, so a little bit more of an advanced concept, but you'll get that as soon as you start to understand the mechanics of how this works. Now, the other way that you can have people come underneath you, and it certainly is possible to fill up your business center if you sponsor no one. And again, we don't want people to recruit people on this method, which is called spillover. But it is something that is there, and meaning that let's just say we're talking about spot number 1. All right, and this person doesn't bring in anybody into the business, and let's say you're just a go-getter right here, and you bring in extra people. Let's say you bring in 6 people. Well, you bring in this person doesn't bring in anybody, but you brought in 6 people, so these people overflow, and number 3 and number 4 were not brought in from spot number 1. They were brought in through you, So this person did not sponsor anybody here. That's called spillover. And what happens if these two people bring in their two people? Well, spot number one would have made $100 and they have not brought in anyone. Okay, that is called spillover. So again, we have spillover as a mechanism to help people, but again, it should not be used as a recruiting tool for people. It's just there as a default product because being that there's a limited number of positions here, we have to have that mechanism in there to be able to facilitate the spots. So as I mentioned, you cycle and you continue to cycle over and over again. Every time you re-enter, you're going to be purchasing another $25 business center. Thus, out of every $100, there's $25 for the new one, and thus you're going to net $75 out of every 100. So every four positions you get, you're going to keep 3. So you make 100, it's $25 goes back into recycle you, and you net $75 out of every business cycle that you make, and that goes on to infinity. So this is a one-time out-of-pocket program, but as you continue to build your business, it has an effect, kind of a residual based on productivity, not a traditional residual in the traditional sense where you would be paying out of your pocket every month, but a residual based on how well you in turn work with your people and thus help them to be successful as well too. And if they're successful and you're successful by bringing in people and all sales and also have those people to do the same and they continue to cycle underneath you, you're going to cycle over and over and over again. And every time you do that, you will net $75. Now you have a choice to make. If this is working really well, why not try to double the potential by which you can earn money? Well, you can upgrade, and by doing that, there's a $10 one-time upgrade fee, and that is per level. Okay, so once you want to go from the $25 to the $50 business center, let me just scroll up here a little bit. There's a $10 one-time upgrade fee, which is paid to the company. So this way, you in turn would use that to upgrade. Now you can join the $50 business center. Okay, and this, if you bring this from the earnings that you make here, you made $125 to go back in. So you're left with $75. $50 goes to enter you into the $50 business center, $10 to upgrade you, and you're left with a $15 net profit once you upgrade. Okay, so still all coming out of profit if you want to do it in this way. Again, you don't have to wait until you cycle to do it. You can jump right in the $50 business center at any time you want, but this is just showing you how to do it at a profit. Okay, so once you're in the $50 business center, now you have two businesses going on. The $25 business center is still running, the $50 business center is just starting, and you're teaching your people to follow you into a higher business center, thus being able to increase your income potential by doubling your income, because this is now a $50 business center. You get 50 points when you join it, and every time you cycle, you get 50 points for products, and the same exact thing happens. You in turn are going to make 50, 50, 50, 50, or $200. Once you cycle, you go back into it, you take $50 out of that, so you're netting $150 as shown right here, and on every single cycle, and thus that would keep on going to infinity. And if you want to keep on doing the same thing, you could upgrade for $10. Your net profit would be $40, okay? But once you upgrade after the first cycle, your profit's going to be $150, not there, because you're using your profits to upgrade, right? So now you do the same thing with the 100. 100 times 4 is 400. Every time you cycle, you're going to make a net profit of $300. If you want to upgrade, you take $200 out of that $300 that's left over because you use that to upgrade to cycle in. That leaves you with a $100 profit on the first go round minus $10, and that's a $90 profit. So let's scroll down over here, and thus you're making a $90 profit on the first business center, and you're making a $300 profit on every subsequent business center. Now you're in the 200, so you're making 2, 4, 6, 8. So you see how lucrative this can start to be? And the same thing happens over here, 400 times 4, $1,600. And the same thing would happen, $10 upgrade fee, and up to the $800, which would be $3,200 profit. Okay, I'm sorry, gross profit. And thus, if you use that to enter the next business center, you can do that. On every subsequent one, you're making a $2,400 net profit. Amazing. And the highest business center we have is $1,600, which would be a gross of $6,400. And you would net $4,800 on every business center after the first. that you're doing. So, well, actually including the first on the 1600, because that is the ultimate highest one, and you're not re-entering every time you do that. You're just going laterally, and you're cycling and cycling and cycling over and over again. So, so let me hit again some points here. Bring in one to bring in one. You break even on any specific product level. We do have the spillover mechanism that is here. It's always follow your sponsor. So let's say that you join the $200 Business Center and your sponsor is not there yet. You just beat them to the punch, right? Well, that's okay. That happens. You're going to roll up to the next active person above. And eventually, if your sponsor gets to that product level, once you cycle, the system will always look and see if your sponsor is available. And if they are, you're going to be put back underneath. So it's a retrieval system, okay? And so this way, if the sponsor ever does get there, they're going to get there. Nothing is retroactive, but once you cycle, you get put back underneath there. So the fortune rewards the leader that takes action, right? So you can in turn go there. Now, what we want to do is mention to everybody is also, if you want to upgrade, make sure that you contact your sponsor and let them know that you want to do that, and give them the opportunity to upgrade before you. If they decline, then you're welcome to do that at any time, okay? But if they want to, then just give them the courtesy of doing that, and that's only the right thing to do, correct? So that's the compensation plan. From $25 all the way up to $1,600, it all works the same. Now, once you sign up, you also have the opportunity to be able to pay a one-time, lifetime admin fee of only $10. Okay, so if you pay that $10 when you first join during the sign-up process, you do not have to pay a $10 fee here, a $10 fee here, a $10 fee here, a $10 all the way up. You're going to save yourself a lot of money by doing that. So we urge you to pay the $10 up front when you join the program, which is going to save you tremendously. And thus, anytime you want to upgrade, all you do is click on the upgrade button. You agree that you're going to make the payment within 48 hours, and you do so. So now, talking about that 48-hour rule, the system will give you 48 hours to make the payment. If you do not make the payment, your spot is going to be deleted. Okay, so because this is a member-to-member system, we have to have rules in there to be able to move the system along. So if you come in and you don't make a payment, then your spot will be deleted. If you upgrade and you don't make a payment on time like you agreed you would do, then you in turn are going to have your spot deleted. So please understand that, and that's only fair to everyone, as we can't have unpaid spots in the system. So also, you as the sponsor, if you have someone down here that's supposed to pay you and they are not making a payment, you also have the ability to delete that person, but you need to wait until that 48-hour time is up. And also, you have the ability to delay that as well in case maybe somebody's away for the weekend, or maybe you're trying to facilitate agreements on how the payment is going to be made, and you want to in turn give that person some extra time. You can do that as well too. Okay, so we want to be as fair as possible with everyone. So guys, that's the compensation plan. It is just a phenomenal 100% payout, and all direct instant pay as well. It's revolutionary, and it just flat out works. So thanks for watching this video. Have yourself a great day.
All right, blessings. All right, I know, haven't seen that video, you're now fired up. All right, all you need to do really is to just enter your information, which would lead you to that of the actual page where you would able now to join. All right, under join, obviously you do exactly what you need to do. Join now, get yourself started. Also, you want to share this information with everyone that you know, everyone that it could be a blessing to. All right, you want to do that, and because you don't want to be stingy, you want to be a blessing to everyone. All right, so get yourself into the system as quick as possible. Things are definitely moving fast. You don't want to be caught off guard, or be one of those persons who are left in regret that everyone has gotten in and made their money, and you weren't one of them. You don't have that testimony. You don't want to be that person. So definitely get in as soon as possible. Definitely, I have also my information on the top bar in terms of social media, how you can get in contact with me. All right, feel free to get that to use any of those links. Get in contact with me. Let's link up. Let's get started. Let's get started, and let's make this money. All right, awesome.
And this is a video on the compensation structure for the Ultimate Cycler program.